This is a dangerous territory, or should I say, a dangerous topic that we're going to get into. What is up, YouTube? My name is Isha, for those of you who don't know, and for those of you who do know, welcome back to my channel. Now, as a Muslim girl, I'm pretty sure it's pretty obvious that I am a Muslim girl because, hello, but as a Muslim girl, there are certain things that when I'm about to say, it's going to be so relatable to some people, and some people don't even have a slightest idea of what I'm talking about. Not because they're not Muslims, well, partly because of that, but mostly because what I share or what I know is different from what they know. And the biggest thing that I'm facing right now is pressures. The pressures that, even though people think it's not pressure, but it's still pressure to me, because what you have in mind and what they want you to have in mind is entirely two different things. So this video essentially is for me to rant. There is no addition because I have been trying to post on YouTube for the past 7 weeks, if that makes sense. But basically, I think since June, I've been trying to post and it's not working out. So I decided we're going to rant and there is no addition. So basically, rant, post, so that I'll try to get back into the whole groove of posting on YouTube. Now, without further ado, we're going to talk about it. Now, as I said, I am a Muslim girl. I don't have to say my age, but basically I have reached the age whereby the thing that I want and the thing that my family wants are two entirely different things. Let me specify on that. So now, basically, in America or any country for that matter, I am allowed to make my own choice. I am a grown woman. I get to choose what I want to do with my life. If I want to move out of my parents' home, I could do that. If I want to stay, I can do that. If I want to get a tattoo, I could do that. If I want to travel around the world, I could still do that. But that cannot happen. That is just baseless dreams because, hello, we're living in Nigeria and I have a very, very honed, not even open-minded, closed-minded mother. So the things that I want are not the things that she wants. And now for you guys to further understand what I'm saying here is, so as a Muslim girl in Nigeria, I don't know for other countries, but in Nigeria, as a Muslim girl, here is the path that you're going to go through. The ideal path. There is no other path. Every other path is wrong. This is only the right path. Now imagine me editing it, okay? So the first path is, of course, as a young girl, around the age of 7, 8, you are simply supposed to study. 7 to, let's say, 18, you're supposed to focus on your studies. Don't have any boyfriend, don't go out, don't socialize, be depressed, have anxiety, be just not you, be mentally exhausted, hate everybody, be a very big and immense introvert. That's the training. So all you have to do is stay at home, be with yourself, stay in your room, don't socialize, hate everybody. Even if you want to go on a holiday, you cannot go to that holiday. You have to stay at home and you have to live with your parents. So that's the stage. And here's the thing. It takes 21 days for a person to get used to whatever he is doing. Now, if a person is used to staying in his room, barely eating anything, maybe eating once, and hates people to the core because, hello, I am sitting in my room, I hardly go out. And if I go out and I see people, I just get immense anxiety, social anxiety, everything anxiety. And let's not forget the part of depression. Because, of course, you have to have depression when you have anxiety and panic attack. They go all in one together. So basically, I cannot just sit down and say, I'm perfectly fine. No, depression happens whether we like it or not because our brain loves socializing. God created humans to socialize, not to stay locked in the room. But because our parents, not blaming them because this is who they are, this is how they are, we cannot change them. So as our parents, they see this is the right way to train us. This is the right way for us to go the right path. So that is the beginning stage. The second stage is when you're 20 to 25 to around maybe, okay, let's just say in your early 20s. So you just entered 20 years old. This is the moment you're going to notice everything slowly changing. My mom hated me talking to boys. She is a big, huge no about boys. And then the moment I reached 20, it completely and entirely changed. She is the one who is constantly asking me, do you have a boyfriend? Do you have someone who is interested in marrying you? Because that is the stage. That is the stage. And I'm not blaming my parents. They are not even the ones at fault. It is the entire Hausa society, Hausa community, or should I even say Nigeria? Because outside country, there's this my auntie who's in Dubai, and she is 40, I think, and she's not married, and she's perfectly happy because what, she is getting her own money, she is happy and everything. No one is pressuring her. But here, the moment you reach 20, before you even reach 20, around the age of 16, 17, get ready for marriage. Which is why I am not even in the slightest way surprised of children nowadays. Like my younger sister, she is currently 13, and this girl is talking about marriage. So you see what I'm talking about? They're putting such mindset in our brain. So you need to get married before you get to the age 30. And honestly, it's true, because once you get to the age 30 and you're not married, no one will marry you. Before you get married, it's going to be very hard. Not because you're not beautiful or you're not nice or you're lacking in any way. No, men's opinion. And I am so sick and tired of people waiting, or should I say people seeking for men validation. Because here's the thing, everyone subconsciously is waiting for men's validation. Because now, for example, my sister, this is a very, 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 very touching topic. I just hope she's not mad at me because I not ask her. But my sister, she is 31, I think, or 30 years old, and she is still living with us. And every single day, it is not her fault, but it seems like it is her fault because nobody wants to marry her. Even yes, she does have like the boyfriend, they do come, and some of them, they even show like immense seriousness that yes, they are interested in marrying her, but then all of a sudden they're gone. Because men are like that. They love children because they want them to be pure. But now when you reach to the age 30, you know technically everything. You know men, you know life. So let me say it to you guys in the phrase that Hausa people say it. So basically your eyes are open, you can see everything, you're not innocent. They want innocent people. That's why they get married to young people. And that is why our family, our parents, they always pressure us. Because the moment you reach that age, it's going to be very hard for you to get married. But my goal, what I want, is basically not what they want. Because there is stage. So the moment you reach that 20 years old, you're going to get married. And then that is how your life is going to go through. Here's the thing. In this country, I don't know about if it's even a thing anymore, but the other day I was walking and I just thought of it. So people get married. And, before, I don't know for now, but before, once you get married, you go on a honeymoon with your husband. You go somewhere else, you have fun, and it's good. And then later on, maybe after a year or two, you come back home and you guys live your life, and that is it. But every single time, I don't even imagine myself in that kind of lifestyle. It's not that I don't imagine myself getting married, but I don't imagine myself getting married that way. Because here's the thing. My sister, she's married. Not the first one, the second one. So she's married, and when she got married, she did not go on a honeymoon. And currently right now, she's just a stay-at-home wife. And honestly, I don't know, call that pride or whatever you can. It is just not what I want. It's not the life that I imagine for myself. It is not the life that I feel it's cut out for me. Because every single time that I think, or should I say, I envision myself being married, that is not what I envision. I always envision myself being married, not even in this country. That's a fact. Not even in this country. And I'm married to someone who is not afraid to embrace his emotions, who is not afraid to tell me how he feels. Because here's the thing, this country, I don't know, maybe other countries too, because I've never gone there, but this country most especially, men are very, very huge on pride. And the Prophet said, treat your wife. I'm going religious here, but basically I feel like it's entirely global. Because if you get married, you're not supposed to treat your wife as your slave. You're supposed to treat her as your best friend. Treat her as your significant other. Someone that you're close with, not someone that you order around. But it doesn't happen here. Excuse me. This is why I said the Prophet said, treat your wife as a friend, not your slave. But here, they completely changed it. Because my mom is always talking about how you have to treat. Yes, I know that your husband, the paradise is under his feet and all. Not shading that, because that is how God made it. But sometimes even the men, they do not try to be understanding. They do not communicate. They do not know emotional intelligence. They have zero. Anything is just zero. And that it grates on my nerve. So which is why I don't know. No one knows the future, but this is not the future that I want for myself. And I just had to rant about it because I'm sick and tired of everyone waiting and predicting. There has never been a time where I'll sit down with my family or my friends and a conversation about marriage isn't put through in it. No shade. No shade in marriage whatsoever. But it's not my front, if that makes sense. Because my life, I feel like my life has already been planned for me by God, but I've already also done my own planning. This is not the step that I'm willing to take. And I don't even know how to bring that out into a conversation, because even if you try it, you could literally end up dying. Because there was one time that I tried to bring up the conversation of me not wanting to get married. My mom also almost killed me that day. So if you're a Muslim girl, or basically any girl, doesn't even have to be Muslim. I don't know, maybe I'm the one that thinks that it only happens to Muslim girls, but maybe it happens to other girls too. But if you're also in the same situation as I am, you're not alone. You are not alone. If you feel you can talk to your parents about it, go ahead and talk to your parents about it. If you can't, go ahead. Let's talk together. Let's rant together. Because honestly, I have no way to just let it go. Because even if I try, it is not possible. It is just consistent. So I know what I want. And I believe if it's really good, because every single day and night when I pray, I always ask God to choose what is right for me. And I said, if what I want for my life is not good for me, He should remove it from my heart and from my mind. And up until now, it is still persistent, and it is still my biggest goal in this life. So that definitely says something, does it not? So I will continue to strive for what I want, even if my parents don't know. So when the time comes and they see it, they'll truly understand. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I can't believe that I ranted for 14 minutes. I really am something, but thank you and goodbye.